Greetings and welcome my friends. This is Incredible Hulk, the mono green deck with men that can quickly grow out of control. We don't have the biggest men, but the ones we do can get in there for damages while getting pumped to large proportions. There are no combos, just plenty of synergy. The aim is to play out men turn after turn and pressure the opponent's life total. There are no fight spells, but we do have protection spells to save our men from removals. And that's how we get the breakdown started. We have 2 Snakeskin Veil to stop targeted removals. Not only does this give one of our men hexproof, but it also adds a +1/+1 counter. Which makes a difference because of Kodama. We're playing 3 Safekeepings, which are great against removals and board wipes that destroy. It will also gain us 2 life to help against aggro decks that are trying to squeeze in the last few points. Not only can we save one of our men, but we can save our life as well. Bristly Bill is effectively 3 additional copies of Roaring Earth. Bill pumps one of our men every time we get a land in play. In the late game, we can then use Bill to do a team pump that will hurt the opponent. Just one activation should do the trick. Before Bristly Bill we were playing a full 4 copies of Roaring Earth. This enchantment does the exact same thing as Bill's triggered ability. Every land we play will pump one of our men. We can also channel it for X mana and 2 green to turn a land into an XX creature. The Beastcaller is one of our men that doesn't require pump, it will get it on its own naturally as we play out men. If the Beastcaller gets killed off, then any counters that it accumulated we can put on any of our other men. Kodama is an enabler for our men. Any that have a counter on them will gain trample, and when they get in hits on an opponent we get to fetch out a land from our deck. Which in turn will trigger Bill or Roaring Earth. This is essentially a self-serving loop that lets us get out of control. Polukranos Reborn is an amazing guy for only 3 green. He's a 4/5 body with reach that we can flip later in the game to get a 6/6 with reach and lifelink. The lifelink can be a way to get us back in a game that has gone far longer than we'd like. We are playing 3 Tribute to the World Tree as an easy way to pump our smaller men or to draw more threats when we play out our bigger men. With this out we can easily keep pace with opponents who rely too much on 1-to-1 removals. Doomscar Warrior is here to help fuel our beatings. When he enters play he will boost one of our men and give them the ability to search out other men or a land from the top of our deck. He already has trample built in, and when he hits we get an additional card. This ability is absolutely solid against opponents that lean heavily into removal. Defiler of Vigor is a great 5-drop. When we play any green permanent he will add a counter to all our men, himself included. And +1/+1 counters make our men more effective, thanks to Kodama. Also note that only our protection spells and lands are not permanents that will trigger the Defiler. We have a single copy of Troon. He is built in hex proof except against other green sources. He does have indestructible on our turns, so we can send him in turn after turn. With any pump he gets harder and harder to deal with. We also have a single copy of Vorinclex, the big 6/6 Phyrexian. When he gets played out he will search up 2 forests. By now you can see how getting a pair of lands can benefit our side. This is a great way to make sure we will trigger Bill or Roaring Earth. Nissa the Planeswalker is a fantastic way to start making our side go out of control. Nissa can generate bigger and bigger tokens and eventually pump our team to a devastating level. In a pinch, Nissa can also destroy any annoying artifacts or enchantments that threaten to win the game for the opponent. The Big T-Rex is here too. This is a late game drop that we can use to seal the game. It's often an unexpected blow after we've gotten the opponent down low in life. It's a great anti-control card as it will be hard to target and will definitely land even if the opponent has counter magic. For lands we are playing 24 forests. No messing around with lands that enter tapped. We get our mana right away when we need it. All this deck needs are trees. Playing the deck is very easy. We want to lead with a Beastcaller or Bill, then follow it up with Kodama. Get in for hits and start searching out more and more lands. It begins to snowball as we build up men and counters. A Defiler will often seal the game for us as we start to pump our men to bigger and bigger proportions. Use protections at critical moments. They are all 1 mana, so keeping a forest up should be easy. We don't have any fight spells. The goal is to have bigger men than the opponent and force them to block. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Sam's Club. No wait, it's some OS Garden. Some alright. We get a good 3-lander to start. We have a pair of Beastcallers and a Bill that can boost our men up. The Defiler will seal the deal if we get to the point where we can land him. Keep your pants on. They're on toxic. That's a death touch 1/1 they've got. It'll be a problem unless we can get a Safekeeping in the next few turns. We drew a Kodama, which is great. That will be our follow-up and we can swing in for 3 damages. Golgari Toxic. That's a rare one. With their Death Touch guy standing guard will drop Bill in. On the turn you play Bill, play him out first before playing a land. That's double the Rot Priest. We should be dead in 2 turns. Then they snipe Bill. It'll be tougher to build up our men without him, but Kodama can still get us a huge land advantage. I had momentarily considered playing out the other Beastcaller first, but it has to be Kodama. Let's send the Beastcaller, we know they won't block. We'll get solid damages, then a land in play. They've got another removal for Kodama. That's unfortunate. We go up to 5 poison with their attack. But we have a Defiler turn along with the other Beastcaller. This will get them down to within our range. Just checking to see if I remember the cost right on Roaring Earth. We might need to make a man land. They snipe our new Beastcaller and tack on another poison. We get to 6. They play out their last card and it's a Grafted Butcher. That will give their men menace for the turn. They're not really sending the entire team, are they? They're leaving one guy back to block. That'll be GG's. I suppose it doesn't really matter if we play out the Roaring Earth or not. Well, they realized they were cooked. This is Lava Hero. No wait, it's Lovadiro. Love Bambi too, bro. This 2-lander is kinda sketchy. We don't have any plays until turn 3. That could be bad, and we also need to draw a 3rd land. Mull. Then we get a better looking 2-lander. At least this one has plays we can make. We'll ship out the T-Rex. Keep. They play out a 1 mana 2/2. That's pretty cool. But it won't grow on its own like our 2/2. They are all about exploring. That's a way of gaining advantage. They send it, but we don't block very well if at all. There are no trades happening here. It's likely we'll be trading blows through the mid-game. But at some point we should make them want to block with how big our men will get. A 4-point hit turns into a 6-point hit. That's some good damages. Give credit where credit is due. Kodama arrives and now we have a decision to make. Kodama or the Doomscar Warrior. Let's go with Kodama. Getting in some Kodamage will boost our mana and we can guarantee we'll drop the Defiler next time around. They finally fire off their Fading Hope. Sure, that leaves us in a vulnerable spot, but we will still get in a decent hit and fetch a land. We'll twiddle our thumbs while we wait for them to figure out their own deck. Looks like they discovered what the right move is. We don't block well at all. We're letting them through. They finally drop a nice big beefy guy. That is going to be an obstacle to overcome. Now it's our turn to figure out how to play our own deck. We can go for Defiler or we can drop Polukranos and the Beastcaller. That has to be the way to go, right? Drop in the Beastcaller then Polukranos. We've got to try to match their numbers since we are getting kind of low on life. They only send their big guy. We do want it dead, so we'll block up. Everyone but Kodama. Get in there. They can only kill off one of our men, so they need to choose wisely. They sacrificed their biggest guy and left us men that will continue growing the rest of the game. And they have some mid-size men and that's as big as they will get. GG's. No wait, we're still playing, lol. We draw Bill and it's tempting to get him down but we have no immediate way to get lands. We'll hold up Bill for a future turn. This time around I think it's time for Doom Scar. They play out their last card and it's a Tide Binder. Good timing on them. We'll hold back for now. They don't have very effective attacks either. They'd easily lose most of their men were they to swing with their team. We have to go with Bill this turn. Our big Beastcaller gets up to an 8/8 and we'll send it in. The reason our attack works out better than when they attacked us with their big man is that our guy will trade with multiple men. When they sent it in against us they traded 1 for 1. They need to line up multiple blockers if they want to kill off our Beastcaller. Then they'll be left vulnerable with reduced numbers. And our team will grow if Beastcaller trades. Which is just fine with us. And they block only a small amount of damage. Kodama and Bill are going to make it tough for them. We'll add the counter to the Doom Scar since it will be able to trade with their bigger men. They send everyone. It's the get in for damages and hope we block badly move. But we've been keeping an eye on their men and ours. Let's line up our blocks. Doom Scar will trade. We knew that last turn when we put the counter on him. Beastcaller will take on their next biggest and win. Our remaining men will take on the 1/1s. Their 3/3 will get through but we are at 6. Wait a second, what did you do, bro? They had 3 extra damage and they put it on a 1/1. Oopsie poopsie, that's a game given away. Yeah, that's a scoop of shame. This is Shake Hands. No wait, it's Sokka Han. Not related to Han Solo. We get a slow 3-lander with a Bill but no action after Bill until turn 4. We do have tribute that we can play on turn 3 but early on we want action over card draw. This is still fine. Keep. We'll risk them having a counter and drop Bill in. He goes through without a hitch. Oh no, Mr. Bill. They snipe him, so we are down one guy. Without question, we have to go with Tribute over Polukranos. Against Control we will want to draw cards. And the sooner we can start doing that the better. And the Tribute eats a counter. About the only good news is they are down to 4 cards already. This will be Polukranos. Doom Scar is more effective when we can put his counter on another one of our men and get in a hit that same turn. They're running low on ammo and have to fire off a deluge. We need to force them to keep making plays. At some point they could stumble, and that's when we should take advantage. The map token shows us a Defiler on top, which is perfect. Defilers on their own are beefy 6/6 men that pump themselves as well as the rest of the team, so they're great threats. Are they getting nervous over there? That's a deluge fired off during their first main. They have effectively dropped their trow. We'll land Doom Scar this turn. Even if they have a board wipe, we'll get a card to replace one of our men. Kodama is a solid hit. Against Control we need a train of men to continue to pressure their life total. They snipe Polukranos. But we still have Doom Scar. I was concerned we'd get eaten alive by a sweeper, but we only lost one guy. That's Bill. Of the two, I think I'd rather have Bill countered, so we'll play him out first. And there it is. That's okay, we'll drop Kodama and use a map token. We miss on the map token, but that's okay too. In the late game, always go with the bigger guy. We now have 3 6/6 men in hand and their life total is in single digits. There's the sweeper. Doom Scar has already replaced himself and the men in hand have trample, so this fight is not over yet. A Beastcaller is good. Let's play it out and then drop one of our big men. Defiler would be good, but maybe getting 2 lands out of our deck would help us out more. That's going to be 2 less lands we have to worry about drawing. Control hangs it up. GG's. This is Wizardo Oofus. No wait, maybe they meant Wizard Doofus. Yeah, that has to be it. We get a 3-lander that is rather top heavy. No, thank you Shuffler. Mull. Then we get a 2-lander that is almost as bad. Do we really want to go down to 5 though? Let's send one of our big men to the bottom. Keep your pants on. We are going to need the Shuffler's help to get our 3rd and 4th lands. Once we're at 4 we should be fine on our own. Shout out to the Shuffler. Shake what your mama gave you. That's our 3rd land, we're on track to get Polukranos in play next turn. And we get our 4th land as well. We're solid from here on out. Unless they have loads of removals. Oh, what a surprise. It's the self-mill land fetcher. Be prepared for the Time Waster Supreme. Alright, let's get Doomscar in there. Time to swing in with a fatty Polukranos. Out of these, Bill should be better at ramping up our damages. There's their Time Waster. Are you as shocked as I am? That's their all-time favorite clown. This will be a Bill turn. Always land Bill first before you play your land. We're already at 5 mana, so a second Defiler will be what we grab. They snipe our Doomscar. But he's already done a good chunk of damage and a large part of his job. I mean, he's already replaced himself twice, lol. Okay, it's time to get to the time-wasting portion of this video. We'll zip things along because this deck is absolutely awful to play against. You know what, let's bail. They can go play with themselves. Shark side out. This is Alfred, Batman's butler plays MTG. Tell a friend. We get a sketchy 2-lander. We have Bill, but then we have a gap until we get to 4 mana. We hate to say this, but keep. We get Bill in play. All we need is one more land and we can plant Polukranos. Well, if you can't draw land, at least draw something we can play. Get in there, Beastcaller. That's a sweeper. Had we gotten land number 3, we would have had Polukranos in play and their sweeper would not have been as effective. That is our 3rd land. Better late than never. Holly gets sniped. Gotta love these control matchups. Luckily most of our cards are threats or protect our threats. We'll try this again. This time around we have mana up for our safekeeping. If they go for a snipe, we'll have our guys back.
Phyrexia's plans are already in motion. No secret escapes my grasp.
That's weird. They've left their planeswalker completely open. They have to have a removal. Right? Or not. That was a rather odd line. Did they accidentally hit the wrong ability? Oopsie poopsie bro. Another control player firing off a deluge on their main. Desperation time already? Sweet. We got a 5th land. We can play out a Doomscar and have mana up for the safekeeping in case they try a removal. Let's hurt them. More beef is what we need. If you have to ask, where is the beef? It's in our hand. It's in our hand, bro. That is a main phase Emperor. You can smell the fear over the internet.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Safekeeping is about to wreck this fool. They had a timely counter, but now they have yet another planeswalker that has been left open.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
With all these doom scars, we should just get hits in. Bypass the Emperor entirely. They'll need another removal or a blocker since we will have lethal on our next attack. This will be a double dose of the Doom Scar ability. With the first one, let's take a land. Kodama has to be the next pick. That's a farewell. One down, more to go. Our hand is stocked with men, so no worries yet. They are mostly tapped out. Let's see if they have another counter. If we land Nissa, we will have an endless supply of token men. Alrighty then. We have to keep pushing. Let's troll them. They're going to need a board wipe. Or an edict.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Let's go with a Kodama here. We do have a Veil now, and if they try targeted removal, we'll be able to save our guy and give him a counter. Siphon Insight is a horrible control card. Robbery is so much better now. They took a Defiler. That's not bad actually. We'll have to hold off for a bit while we build up.
We've got the edge in this fight.
These main phase plays are mind-boggling. If you have to dig for lands, that's one thing, but they should be fine on mana.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
They send their men. I'm sure they had a plan when we blocked their token. Right? Otherwise, why send it? Let's pull the magic lever. What you got, bro? They throw away an active Emperor. These are bad plays from a control player. And they fire off a veil they stole from us. We have a veil too, buddy. Oh yeah, check out our draw. That's going down ASAP. Time to flush Alfred back to the Bat Cave. Smell you later, bro. Also, GG's.